Hello and welcome to another tech video on this channel. In the first part, we did a quick introduction of the project, and in the second part, we provisioned and configured the entire platform. Now in today's video, we are going to implement the DevOps pipeline on top of the platform. So without wasting much time, let's begin. So we have already provisioned and configured the entire platform. For the Jenkins pipeline, there are certain prerequisites that we have to install on the Jenkins master and Jenkins slave. On the Jenkins master, we have to install Git. On the Jenkins slave, we have to install Git, Helm, Docker, kubectl and Maven. So we have already installed the kubectl in the previous video. So let's proceed ahead with the remaining parts. I've already logged into the Linux jump server. Now from the Linux jump server, let's log into the Jenkins master. So 221 is my Jenkins master server. So let's do a sudo yum install git -y. Okay, so it is done. That's all we needed from the Jenkins master. So let's do a quick exit and log into the Jenkins slave. So 118 is my Jenkins slave. Let me clear the screen. So I will do sudo yum install git -y on the Jenkins slave as well. So this is done. Now let's go ahead with the Docker installation. So let me go to the official documentation. So this is the official documentation from AWS. So ignore the AWS SAM CLI part. Let's go to the Docker section. We have Linux. Let's ignore the yum update. We have already done that. So this is the command to install Docker. Yep, so Docker is installed now. Let's proceed. Let's start the Docker service. Let's add the EC2 user to the Docker group so that you can run the Docker commands without using sudo. So this will be required in your Jenkins pipeline. So please do not miss this step. So let's quickly verify whether we can run it. So I had to exit and log in again to verify the Docker command. So now the Docker command is working. Let's move ahead with the other installations. So our Git is done, Docker is done. Let's see the Helm. So again, let's go back to the official documentation. So this is the official AWS documentation to install Helm. So let's scroll down. So we are using Linux. So let's copy these commands. So Helm is installed here. So moving ahead. So we have installed Git, Helm, Docker, kubectl is already there. Now let's install Maven. So let's again go back to the official documentation. So this is the official documentation of AWS. Although this is Neptune documentation, you can ignore that and we can just go ahead with the steps to install Maven. So let's copy this command. Once the repository is added, let's set the version number of the package. And finally, let's install Apache Maven. Yep, so our Apache Maven has also been installed. So that completes the prerequisites for running this particular DevOps pipeline. I've already checked in all the code in the GitHub repository. I will add the link to this GitHub repository in the description below. Once the developer updates the code in the GitHub repository, we will trigger the Jenkins pipeline. We will build the war file. We will build the Docker image. We will push the Docker image to the ECR repository. We will run the helm install command and deploy the application into the EKS cluster. So this is more or less the DevOps pipeline that we are going to see today. So let me quickly walk you through to the code. So this is the pom.xml file which is responsible to generate the war file. So this is the Docker file which is responsible to build the Docker image. So we are taking the base image, that is the official Tomcat image. The work directory that we are going to set is the web apps folder. We are going to copy the project app war file from the Jenkins local to the web apps folder. We are going to expose it on port 8080 and we are going to bounce the Catalina server so that it picks up the latest war file. Moving on to Helm charts. So we have the value files over here where we have mentioned the repository URL and we are going to replace this particular tag. We have the Jenkins folder where we have the CI/CD Jenkins file. So this is the CI/CD Jenkins file which is responsible to deploy the image. So these are some of the stages that we have. This is the Maven build stage which will create the war file. This is the Docker build stage which will create the Docker image. This is the stage which is responsible to tag the Docker image and push the image into AWS ECR. And finally, we are going to deploy the Docker image to the EKS cluster using the helm upgrade -- install command. So this completes our Jenkins file. I've also created a cleanup file which is responsible to basically clean up whatever we have created. You can ignore if it is not required for you. This is the source code or the actual application code which is going to get deployed in the EKS cluster. So we have a Java folder where we have written a servlet in Java. So this is hello world from Java. We are going to see this message in action once our pipeline deploys our application code. And there is another web app folder which has index.jsp which renders the HTML page. We will also see this once our application is deployed. And there is a web.xml file which has the mapping related to your servlets. So this completes our code walkthrough. Now let's go back to the Jenkins console. So I'll add the username and the password. I'll create a new item. I'll give the name as project-app. I'll choose pipeline. I'll click on OK. Here you see some options. Maybe we can ignore this and scroll down. Under the pipeline definition, select pipeline script from SCM. Under SCM, select Git. Under the repository URL, add the GitHub repository URL. So let's go back to GitHub. Copy the URL from here. Paste it over here. Even though my GitHub repository is public, I wanted to demonstrate how do you access private repositories as well. So let me add the credentials into the Jenkins credential provider. So I'll select username with password for this use case. So my username is ajit.inamdar.tech@gmail.com. So for the password, let's go back to GitHub. Go to settings. Under developer settings, go to personal access tokens, classic token. So for this exercise, I am creating a classic token. I'll give the name as project Jenkins token. Expiration 30 days is fine. I'll select the repository. I'll keep everything else as unchecked and generate the token. I'll copy this token and paste it over here. I'll add the ID as project git token. I'll copy the same and add it in the description as well and add the token. Once added, I'll select the token. I'll scroll down. Under the branch specifier, I'll update from master to main, because in our GitHub repository, our branch name is main. Let me quickly verify that. Yeah, so our branch name is main. Let's scroll down. Under the script path, my path is a custom one. So let's go back to the project. So here we see there is a Jenkins folder, and within the Jenkins folder there is a CI/CD Jenkins file. So I'll quickly type that CI/CD Jenkins file. Once done, I'll save. So now our pipeline is ready to be built. So I'll click on build now. So here you see all the stages are now complete. Your checkout, Maven build, Docker build, tag and push to ECR, and Helm deploy. Let me quickly check the console log as well. So I'll go to the build number, click on console output, and here you see the build was triggered by the Jenkins admin. It is running on the project Jenkins slave instance. So we did a Maven clean install. So all the dependencies and the configurations were picked up from the pom.xml file. The build was successful. Then we copied the war file and built the Docker image. Once the Docker image was built, we pushed the Docker image to the ECR repository. And finally, we did a Helm upgrade and deployed the application on the EKS cluster. So now let's try accessing our application using the node port. So we have selected node port as the service type. So this is the port that has been generated. Now let's try to access this particular application using the node port. So for that, let's grab the worker node IP. Let's go to the AWS console, go to EC2 instances, go to one of the worker nodes. I'll copy the IP address, go back to the Windows instance, paste it over here, add the port number that was assigned 30154 and hit enter. You see that it is still loading and it is not responding, and we finally got a can't reach this page error. This is because the right ports are not opened on the worker node. So now let's go back again to the documentation of the Kubernetes. So this is the official Kubernetes documentation for ports and protocols. So if you scroll down in the worker node section, you see that ports 30,000 and 32,767 needs to be opened. So let's copy that range. Go back to the EC2 instance, go to security. This is the custom security group that we had created. Go back to that security group, edit inbound rules and add a rule for that particular port range from the Windows instance. I'll mention from Windows jump server and click save. Once done, let's go back again to the Windows instance. So here you see that there is a different error now. So it is able to hit the server, that is our pod. However, we are getting a 404 error. That is because our application is deployed on the path project-app. So see, we are getting hello world from JSP, which is rendered from your index.jsp page. And if we type hello, our servlet will be triggered. So this completes our demo of the CI/CD pipeline, where we deployed a Java application, build that particular Java application, build the Docker image and deployed onto the EKS cluster using the Helm command. So this completes part 3 of the 3-part Kubernetes series. If you are interested in knowing how much cost this project deployment has incurred, please let me know in the comment section. I will also demonstrate the cleanup of the resources in the same video. Thanks for watching right till the end. Goodbye.